Good afternoon. A big development today in the investigation into 3 Aurora officers accused of taking an inappropriate photo at the site where Elijah McClain got into a deadly struggle with officers. One of the officers has resigned.
For more now, investigative reporter Jeremy Hahola before getting his official discipline. Jeremy?
Yeah, Tom, remember, this is the part of the case that has to do with those officers who appeared in that photo mimicking the neck hold that Aurora officers had put on Elijah McClain before he died. One of those officers, Jaron Jones, has resigned. Here's what we know about this. Officer Jones has been with the agency since 2016. He actually resigned on Tuesday before being notified of his official discipline. The police department will not say yet what that discipline was going to be. Officer Jones will be able to keep his official state certification as an officer, meaning legally there is nothing stopping another department from hiring him. This announcement of his resignation came through the agency's Twitter page today. I was told by an agency spokesperson they immediately accepted his resignation and it was made effective immediately on Tuesday. Jones is one of 3 officers who have appeared in a photo taken near where the struggle happened between cops and Elijah McClain. We have confirmed that photo shows officers mimicking the neck hold placed on Elijah. The photo was taken a couple of months after his death. The chief of police of the Aurora Police Department was made aware of this photo last week after another officer on the inside found it to be inappropriate and then told management. We anticipate more news about the other 2 police officers involved with this photo, possibly by tomorrow. And a lot of people are asking when these photos will be released. Frankly, that's right now unknown. The department is waiting for the discipline process to move forward before it releases these images, but possibly, maybe tomorrow. Kim, back to you.
And that isn't a for sure thing, right? Jeremy, the way I understand it, they won't tell us exactly when their investigative process, this 3-day window, started.
Yeah, we were told this afternoon that that actual 3-day window is supposed to end tomorrow around noon, and there could be an announcement sometime in the afternoon tomorrow afternoon. We'll see what happens. But, you know, the department, according to what they've been telling us, they are waiting for the administrative process to play out.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy Hahola, who's been following this. As we know, and you know, there's been a lot of things changing on the Elijah McClain case, and quickly. So if you want to keep up with the latest, text the word McClain to 303-871-1491, and we will send you a link.